What's going on, everyone? TJ Fitness D News Reviews, and together with me,
Killer Labz, Executioner.
Executioner people, pre-workout. They actually ask you to kill every workout. Listen, people, that is quite a name. I'm gonna take you through the label of this thing, then I'm actually gonna share with you my personal experience using this one over the last couple of weeks. And then, towards the end of the video, I'm gonna give you my final verdict, should you actually give a shit. And all I'm gonna ask in return is that you hit that like button. Okay, guys, so Killer Labz, they've actually been around for a while. I reviewed a couple of their supplements maybe 2-3 years ago, so it's been a while. Anyway, they've been around for a while. They're sort of the fringe, like steam junkiness, Killer Labz with a Z. Once you get a Z in your name, you are targeting a certain audience. That's what I think, at least. Anyway, like I said, they're on the verge of the hardcore, between everyday and hardcore. And this is a pre-workout. So when we talk about pre-workouts, at least here on the channel, we usually segment them into 3 areas, I would say, generally speaking. Obviously, you have the steam-free stuff. So no stimulants, and that's, pump or full steam-free. I'm going to link below to my best steam-free pre-workouts for 2021 for that video. And then we have the everyday pre-workouts, what I call EDPs. So everyday pre-workouts are pre-workouts you can take every day without feeling like you're burning your ass down. No heartbeat goes up, no steam junkiness, craziness, just fully productive everyday pre-workouts. And then we have the steam junkie stuff. And then, in steam junkie, there's like a huge variety. So when we say steam junkie, it doesn't mean that you're going to blow your head off. Sometimes it's just good mood elevation, it's just good happy, whatever. There's a long list. But usually in a steam junkie, what you get into that category is stuff that has tons of stimulants. So, if you take them every day, you're probably burning something inside. Inside yourself, you're burning something. Anyway, people, so the Executioner, let me take you through the label. This shit is loaded. Loaded. Anyway, look at this. First things first, 30 servings. Say what? Yeah, 30 servings. Listen, people, most of the steam junkie or high-end pre-workouts we review here on the channel in the last, I would say, couple of years have defaulted to 20 servings. If I see 25 servings, I'm surprised. 30 servings, that is, by definition, awesome value for money. Awesome. Listen, let's get into this shit. Because if it's shit, then it's shit. Doesn't matter how much it costs. 11-gram scoop, I'm going to talk about that later on. Then you have Killer Pump and Performance. So you have beta-alanine at 2.5. So that's a bit below the 3.2 that you usually see tingling, Mostly tingling. And I like the tingling. If you don't like the tingling, you know what you can do, right? You can just go watch another video. We like the tingling here. Beta-900 and taurine, 2 grams and 1 gram. So that's going to help you with muscle protein synthesis. Taurine is just an all-arounder. Beta-900 is also going to help you with pumps and performance. Then you have choline Then you have choline at 500 milligrams. Not a lot of amount for choline. And actually, it's interesting. It's in the Killer Pumps and Performance part, which is very strange because choline is a focus ingredient. But then you have S7 at 50 milligrams. So that's supposed to help you with pumps. S7 is sort of a borderline ingredient as far as research. I sometimes feel it. I sometimes don't, which just proves that labels are just labels. I don't know what makes it work. Sometimes it's a combination with other stuff. Anyway, you have S7. It's one of these new age pump ingredients. But let's get into the main business here. Killer Energy and Focus. Caffeine anhydrous at 400 milligrams. That's a good amount of caffeine. So you see, when you see 400 milligrams, usually this would not fall into the category of an everyday pre-workout. Just because it's a lot of caffeine for one shot for most people. Not for me. I like 400. 300 to 400 is fine. Araya Genesis at 250 milligrams. I freaking love Araya Genesis. I love it. Araya Genesis helps with mood elevation, with focus. Great ingredient. 250 milligrams is starting to be above what you usually see, which is between 150 and 200. So I love that combination with caffeine. Then you have Infinergy at 100 milligrams. So that's going to add another bunch of caffeine, more long-lasting, slow-release caffeine. So you have even more than 400 milligrams of caffeine. So this cannot fall into the everyday pre-workout. It might feel like an everyday pre-workout, but if it actually has that amount of caffeine, yeah. Anyway, then you have NMT at 50 milligrams. I love NMT. It's sort of a fat-burning energy ingredient. Sometimes, now, I love NMT, but like if you just take NMT, you won't feel shit. But the combination of NMT with other stuff, I have a lot of pre-workouts I really like that NMT really nails it. Then you have isopropyl a 30 milligrams, great ingredient. I mean, it's just a good energy, fat metabolism, anyway, just a good ingredient for energy. Just a good ingredient for energy and increasing your internal combustion engine. Really like it. 30 milligrams is not a lot. Then you have Uperzin at 10 milligrams, which is supposed to bring the entire focus experience all together. So that's a solid label. Nothing crazy on label, nothing crazy, but definitely the combination of NMT, arrhiogenesis, and caffeine, and then the Infinergy, and then the isopropyl and the I mean, it's just a solid formula. Nothing crazy, but solid formula. But you know what we say here about labels, right? Do you know? Do you know? No? Come closer. Come closer. Labels are just fucking labels. Yeah, people, labels are just fucking labels. You never know what. You read the research about one ingredient here. Did you ever read the research about how everything here works together? Do you actually know which quality of an ingredient they use? You don't know shit. Labels are just labels. This is a pre-workout. You either feel it or you don't. Exactly. So, anyway, let's get into this. Experience, people. Okay, so the first thing here is flavor. Sour Slaughter. Sour Slaughter. It is a really good flavor. You know, I don't give a shit about flavors, but this flavor really rocks. Like, it's just a good flavor. So this is a bonus. Really, if it was just an okay flavor, it would get the same love for me if it's actually a good pre-workout. But this is a good flavor. All the power to Killer Labz with Slaughter, whatever it's called. Okay, people. Now, let's get into the actual experience. So let me tell you this. First things first, the scoop is heavy. The scoop is, so what I mean by the scoop is heavy, it says 11 grams for a scoop. If you want to take actual 11 grams, you need to measure it. Because, or like take maybe 20% less of a full scoop. Because the full scoop is actually 13 grams, which means you're getting about 20%, almost 20% more than in the ingredient. So now when I tried it for the first 2-3 times, by the way, you know that I don't try pre-workout for one time, right? You never know about the experience when trying it one time. Maybe you had a bad night, maybe you had like, maybe you had, you made love to your woman in the morning and you just have a very good mood and it's not the pre-workout. You never know. So we try it quite a lot of times, usually 3 to 4 times at least, and I separate them. So anyway, I digress. Okay, so I tried this with a full scoop, and I did try this with less than a full scoop. But I'm going to talk about my full scoop experience, which, by the way, will take you to less than 30 servings, which by about 20%. So it's like going to be about 25 servings, because assuming that they have, I didn't measure the entire tub, to be honest. Maybe I should. People, let's get into the experience. Listen, this shit is amazing. And when I say amazing, I mean amazing. This shit rocks. Now, this is not one of these things that will get your heart rate up and you feel like death. You know, if you're like looking for that assassin steam junkie experience. No, man. This is beautiful. You know, this is in the lines of, you know, it doesn't matter what day it is. Doesn't matter if you had a good day, bad day. Doesn't matter if you have leg day or chest day or whatever day. You know, you reach your hand, you put your hand and you say, listen, I need something that I can't miss. This is going to be a beautiful, I need a beautiful experience today. Because today is the day I need a beautiful experience. Wow, should I take a risk with this one? Because this one sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. No. You go, you pick up at the executioner, and you're going to have a great workout. Man, mood elevation on point. Not happy, just buzzing mood elevation. Energy, man, solid energy. It hits you in like 10 minutes and it stays consistent for the 2 hours, 3 hours. Focus, oh man, you're just gonna be in the zone. Just focus is great. Mood elevation or motivation and buzzing, just buzzing mood elevation. Pump solid, everything is just on point. Like I said, you know, I talk about in my best pre-workout list, I talk about these can't miss pre-workouts. Like I mentioned, man, executioner just nails it. And it's amazing because you would never see this on label, which again, proves the point that labels are just fucking labels. Exactly. They're just labels. You never know. And this shit just hits beautiful. Now, I did try it, like I said, with the correct serving size, which is about 80%, still hits the same. So I would say start with the right size. So you need to measure it, right? Because or just take less than a full scoop, like about 20% less than a full scoop. But try it also with a full scoop, because the full scoop experience is just what you would expect actually in this case. 10% stronger or 10, 15% stronger. I didn't measure. This is not scientific measurement here. It's just a bit stronger. So the energy, it kicks you just a bit stronger. But like I said, the most interesting thing here is that it's just such a good experience. You can't miss. You just can't miss. Listen, people, where you can find it, I'm going to link below to the page on Fitness News. You know, we don't sell anything. We just tell you where the best price for everything is. We compare prices, we find deals, we hunt coupons, so you don't need to do anything. Just sit there, chillax, and find the best deal. Listen, if this review was helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to see more reviews like this, because this is what we do here. We help you make smart decisions about the supplements that you buy.